The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, December 3, reveal that Kyle Abbott will decide to dial up the romance and treat Claire Newman to a lovely date. That'll take the pair to society, where they'll spot an odd woman who seems familiar to Claire. Of course, that woman will actually be Jordan in another one of her ridiculous disguises, so she'll be worried about the possibility of getting busted. Although Claire will have a hunch that they know each other from somewhere, Jordan will try to throw her off the trail with a British accent and act like they've never met before. Once Jordan scurries away, she'll hope she did enough to convince Claire that she was mistaken. Jordan was supposed to fly under the radar and seek updates on the emotional state of Sharon Newman's daughters, so she'll botch Ian Ward's plan a bit with this Claire encounter. Nevertheless, it looks like Jordan will get things on track again and ultimately score some intel to report back. Ian should be pleased to hear that Mariah Copeland and Faith Newman are suffering over their mother's legal ordeal. As for Nick Newman, he'll resort to a bold move for Sharon's sake. Nick will make a desperate plea to Chance Chancellor, since he'll still think there are things that don't add up about this case. This whole issue with Sharon's phone vanishing and reappearing may be something Nick wants to explore further. Nick will feel like there are other puzzle pieces they don't have yet, so he'll push Chance to look beyond Sharon's confession and help him unravel the rest of the mystery. Will Jordan overhear Nick's suspicions and realize he could be a problem? Regardless, Ian and Jordan will continue to tackle whatever hurdles land in their path. Since Jordan and Ian believe they're smarter than all their enemies, they'll remain convinced they're going to keep winning. Based on my and our predictions, Ian and Jordan will be in for a rude awakening down the road. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Jordan and Ian will face some tricky obstacles and unsettling news along the way, so don't miss all the curveballs. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Tuesday full episodes, December 12, 2024. A web of betrayal and power struggles. In the ever-evolving landscape of Genoa City, alliances are fragile, and loyalties can shift in an instant. The latest developments have plunged the Newman and Abbott families into a maelstrom of emotions, betrayal, and power plays that threaten to unravel the very fabric of their relationships. As secrets emerge and conflicts escalate, each character must navigate their own path through the chaos, revealing the depths of their resilience and the complexities of their motivations. Sally's fury, a battle born from betrayal. Sally Spector's patience had long worn thin. Once united with Adam Newman in a passionate romance, their relationship had crumbled under the weight of Adam's selfish actions. Now, witnessing Adam meddling with her son Billy ignited a fury within her that she couldn't contain. "I can't believe you're interfering with Billy's life," Sally snapped, her eyes blazing with anger as she confronted Adam in the bustling Newman Enterprises office. "We broke up for a reason. Why can't you respect that?" Adam, taken aback by Sally's intensity, tried to defend his actions. "I'm just trying to help Billy. He's making mistakes, and I want to make sure he doesn't ruin his future." "But you're not his father, Adam," Sally retorted sharply. "You have no right to dictate his life. You're only causing more harm." Their heated exchange drew the attention of their colleagues, casting a shadow over what was meant to be a productive day at work. The once harmonious relationship between Sally and Adam had devolved into a bitter confrontation, leaving both parties reeling from the fallout. Adam's inner conflict, love, and consequences. Despite the animosity between him and Sally, Adam's love for her lingered beneath the surface. His attempts to support Billy were fueled by a genuine concern, but his actions had inadvertently hurt the woman he still cared for. Now, faced with the consequences of his behavior, Adam found himself at a crossroads. "I never wanted to hurt you, Sally," Adam confessed in a rare moment of vulnerability. But I can't just stand by and watch Billy throw his life away. Sally, her anger momentarily softened by Adam's sincerity, looked away. You need to let him make his own choices, Adam. Otherwise, you're just being selfish. As their relationship teetered on the brink, Adam realized that his relentless pursuit to help Billy was alienating the very person he still loved. The weight of his decisions pressed heavily on him, forcing him to confront the reality that his actions, though well-intentioned, were causing irreparable damage. Phyllis's ultimatum, a threat of imprisonment. In the midst of the Newman and Abbott family drama, Phyllis Summers delivered a chilling warning to Sharon Newman. Her unwavering determination and fierce loyalty had always made her a formidable force, but now her resolve took on a darker edge. Sharon, I'm done giving you chances, Phyllis declared with steely resolve. You're going to jail, and there will be no more threats or ultimatums. This ends now. Phyllis's declaration left Sharon stunned, the reality of her situation sinking in. Phyllis, please, you don't understand. I'm trying to protect us all. But Phyllis was unrelenting. Protect? By manipulating and endangering everyone around you. I can't stand by and watch you destroy yourself and the people who care about you. Her words cut deep, forcing Sharon to confront the consequences of her actions. Phyllis's refusal to forgive Sharon's perceived transgressions underscored the severity of the situation, leaving Sharon to grapple with the looming threat of incarceration. Victor and Nikki's power play, a mask of happiness. While chaos reigned in other corners of Genoa City, Victor Newman basked in the apparent success and happiness he had cultivated with Nikki Reed. As CEO of Chancellor Abbott, Nikki enjoyed the air of power and influence that came with the position, unaware of the intricate web of deceit that had placed her at the helm. Victor, ever the strategist, played his role to perfection. Nikki, you're doing an exceptional job here, he praised during a board meeting, masking his true intentions. Chancellor Abbott is thriving under your leadership. Nikki, pleased with the accolades, continued to revel in her success. Thank you, Victor. I'm committed to driving Chancellor Abbott forward and ensuring its continued prosperity. What Victor didn't realize was that Jill Abbott had orchestrated Nikki's ascension to CEO. While Victor believed Nikki's position was a testament to her capabilities, the truth was far more convoluted. Jill's manipulations had ensured that Nikki appeared to be the ideal candidate, all while positioning Victor to benefit from the facade. As Nikki continued to enjoy her perceived power, Jill's true intentions remained hidden, setting the stage for future conflicts that could jeopardize everything they had built. The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Tuesday, December 3, reveals that Nick Newman will mull over Sharon Newman's confession and the issues he has with it. None of Sharon's behavior in recent months makes sense, so Nick will be determined to uncover the whole truth. That's why Nick will meet with Chancellor at Society and make a request. Chance will point out that Sharon's case is already in the hands of the district attorney, but Nick won't think it's too late to join forces and help her. Nick might bring up the weird phone situation since Faith Newman insists Sharon's phone was lost when the texts were sent to Phyllis Summers. It wasn't until later that Sharon found her phone waiting for her at the cottage. That could be something for Nick and Chance to look into, but Chance has to agree to team up first. Will Chance be on board with uncovering the real story and trying to save Sharon from this growing mess? Regardless, Nick has vowed that he'll never abandon Sharon, so that's a promise he's going to keep. If Nick gathers the right clues, maybe he can figure out that Jordan ran Phyllis off the road and that she's been doing Ian Ward's dirty work. Ian and Jordan are also behind Heather Stevens' demise, so they're keeping plenty of secrets at this point. Now that Jordan and Ian have thrown Sharon's family into turmoil, Ian has been pushing Jordan to gather some info on how all this is affecting Sharon's daughters. Despite Jordan's recent reluctance, she'll don a wacky disguise and go out into the world again. Jordan will do her best to find out if Faith and Maria Copeland are suffering as much as Ian intended. However, Jordan will face an unexpected problem along the way since she'll run into Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott outside society. I and our fans can expect Claire to pick up on a familiar vibe, but disguised Jordan will act like they've never met and will use a British accent to add to her deception. Afterward, Jordan will probably hightail it back to her motel room and give Ian updates on what she's learned. Ian may be pleased over Sharon's family upheaval, but he may not approve of Jordan's close call with Claire. There's also the potential for Jordan to deliver alarming Nick news if she eavesdrops on that conversation with Chance we mentioned. Whatever the case, Ian and Jordan will remain committed to all their vengeful schemes, so they'll make some confident predictions about what's still to come. Back with Kyle, he'll share some romantic moments with Claire, but Summer Newman is going to derail their date later during the week of December 2 to 6. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Claire and Kyle will have some drama coming at them from multiple angles, so stay tuned. The Young and the Restless scoop for the week of December 2 reveals Phyllis Summers will lay a major guilt trip on Sharon Newman. Also coming up, Summer Newman will be jealous of Kyle Abbott's and Claire Newman's relationship. Plus, Christine Blair will make a surprising offer, and Jordan Howard will find herself in a tight spot. My and our spoilers tease that as improbable as it sounds, Christine will actually offer to help out Phyllis. But what will occur to make the legal eagle have such a change of heart? Will it have something to do with the car accident that put Phyllis in the hospital? My and our weekly scoop disguised Jordan out and about in Genoa City. Meanwhile, a disguised Jordan will be out and about in Genoa City, trying to gather information for Ian Ward. However, she'll have an unexpected encounter with her niece outside society. When Claire asks if she knows her from somewhere, Jordan will quickly cover her tracks. Claire may still be trying to place the strange woman she recognized when she sits down for a meal with Kyle. But she'll get distracted quickly when Summer shows up. She'll ask to speak to Kyle alone, and she'll grill him about his relationship with Claire. So will Kyle tell his ex-wife it's none of her business? Other Y and R spoilers tease Nicky Newman will be confused about Jack Abbott's motives. Plus, Nick Newman will once again tell Adam Newman to steer clear of Sharon, and Victor Newman will call Diane Jenkins' bluff. Young and the Restless scoop, Sharon insists she doesn't need a trial. Finally, Sharon and Phyllis will get into a heated confrontation at the coffee shop. The fiery redhead will tell her rival she deserves to be behind bars, and if she really is sorry for what she's done, she should plead guilty. Make sure that the court shows you no more mercy than you showed Daniel and Heather, Phyllis will add, and the sentence they give you, serve it in full. After Michael Baldwin arrives, Sharon will tell her lawyer that if she wants to honor her daughter, she needs to take responsibility for her actions. I don't need a trial. I want to plead guilty to all charges, she'll say, but can Michael talk her out of it? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, December 2 reveal that the Dramarama continues as the year winds down on a frantic note in GC. Due to sports coverage, there'll be a preemption on Friday, November 29, but on Monday the action returns hot and heavy. Here's what to expect. The Young and the Restless spoilers, GC is on fire. Nicky Newman is loving her purloined position as head of Chancellor. She has her former tormentor/granddaughter by her side, so all should go well. Claire Newman is back in action, and we'll have to wait and see how she reacts when things don't go her way. Her evil Aunt Jordan is back in town, and this means more turmoil for the clan. Speaking of the Newmans, Victor Newman is keeping secrets. My and our spoilers, Victor's secrets. Victor is a master manipulator, and his recent wheelings and dealings have kept him busy. It's also kept his enemies on their toes. One of them, Jack Abbott, is on the warpath, and with Nicky preoccupied, The Newman-Abbott war may reach a fever pitch. Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott are even more determined than ever to best Victor, and this means the sharks are circling. At the same time, two other schemers, Billy Abbott and Phyllis Summers, have talked about taking Victor down. But first, Phyllis joins forces with Summer Newman to find out what is going on with Sharon Newman. Sharon has confessed to murder and hit and run, and the mother-daughter duo want answers after she confesses to the cops. The young and the restless spoilers. Victor has lots of enemies. Summer and Phyllis believe that Sharon killed Heather Stevens and framed Daniel Romalotti for the murder. She's also confessed to running Phyllis off the road, but Phyllis remembers another car in her path that fateful night. And Sharon swears she didn't send the texts from her phone luring Phyllis to the cottage. Fans the only ones who know the truth, that Jordan and Ian Ward are the real perps. Explosive the young and the restless spoilers tease that as Phyllis discovers more about that night, Ian and Jordan could become more dangerous and volatile. The young and the restless spoilers tease that Heather Stevens is dead, or is she? There is already one glaring mistake made in this murder mystery. Is it possible that there are two lies being perpetuated? Definitely maybe. Daniel Romalotti and Lucy Romalotti are beside themselves with grief over the death of their loved one. Poor misguided Sharon Newman thinks she's the killer. Everyone believes her confession because it makes sense. But when was the last time a soap made sense? The young and the restless spoilers. Heather Stevens is really alive. Jordan and Ian Ward are the ones behind Heather's ordeal. We deliberately didn't say her death because she may not be dead. At least that's what some fans are thinking. That's because of two juicy statements that are being interpreted a certain way. Here's what you need to know. First of all, last week Ian talked to Jordan about an identity swap. The swap led to her escape from jail. Someone is taking Jordan's place. Could it be Heather? Why not? It makes sense on a certain level since Ian and Jordan are the ones behind her death. Lie and are spoilers. Someone is pretending to be Jordan Howard. Sharon's confession to murder is realistic because she was the last person to see Heather dead and alive. Sharon woke up next to a dead body in Heather's apartment. She told the police this and was promptly arrested and released on bail, which has the residents of GC angry and confused. However, Sharon has been hallucinating, and there is no telling who she really saw dead. Jordan and Ian could have put a Heather lookalike next to her and kidnapped the real Heather. The young and the restless spoilers. Could Heather Stevens be alive? Jordan and Ian know the power of blackmail, which means Heather is more valuable to them alive than she is dead. They eventually will be caught if Victor Newman has anything to say about it, and he will. Explosive the young and the restless spoilers tease that fans do not know all of Jordan and Ian's secrets. Could they have stashed Heather in Jordan's jail cell? Additionally, Vale Bloom told TV Insider that fans can expect things beyond your wildest dreams from soaps. Was she teasing that her character is not dead? Tell us what you think, lie and are fans. With Heather now 6 feet under, things are bound to get pretty lonely for Daniel in the days ahead. But guess what? His next love interest might be right in front of him, though he's too caught up in his grief to notice just yet. Trust us, this twist is so wild, it's going to leave you absolutely shook. Watch till the end to know all about it. Hey everyone, welcome to Trend Street. Daniel's life on The Young and the Restless has been an absolute train wreck lately, hasn't it? Honestly, this guy can't catch a break. Just last week, he hit rock bottom with a trifecta of nightmare scenarios. First, his mom landed in a coma. Then, in a jaw-dropping twist, Sharon confessed that not only is she Heather's killer, but to make it worse, she also framed Daniel for the murder of the woman he loved. Talk about a hellish week. But don't worry, there's a glimmer of hope for the grieving Daniel because things might just be looking up. As most of you saw, his daughter Lucy's back home, his mom miraculously woke up, and wait for it, his next potential love interest has already entered the picture. That's right, Daniel may not realize it yet, but Cupid's got some new plans for him. For everyone holding a grudge against Daniel for cheating on Lily, and let's admit it, he handled that fiasco terribly, his karmic payback has arrived. It's like the universe handed him a giant bill and said, time to pay up. From losing his job to losing Heather, and nearly losing his mom permanently, it's been one gut punch after another. The cherry on this misery cake? Being arrested for a crime he didn't commit. If karma had a leaderboard, Daniel would definitely be in the top spot. And let's not forget the emotional baggage. Sharon's attack wasn't even meant for Heather, it was aimed at Daniel. Imagine carrying the guilt of knowing that your existence led to the death of someone you loved. Add to that Sharon's family trying to paint her actions in a softer light to push for an insanity plea. Frustration, guilt, heartbreak. Daniel's hitting the soap opera trifecta. That could drive anyone to madness. In the middle of all this chaos, there was one surprising moment that caught everyone's attention. As Daniel sat by his mom's hospital bed, drowning in grief, a beautiful and intelligent woman swooped in with some much-needed words of encouragement. Yep, we're talking about Alina. The way she offered her support didn't just stabilize him, it sparked the possibility of something new. We've been thrilled to have Brittany Sarpy back as Elena in Genoa City after her hiatus. What better way to keep her around than by pairing her with Daniel? Love often finds you when you're not looking, right? This feels like the perfect setup. Elena could easily become the rock Daniel needs to get through his darkest days. First as friends, because let's face it, Daniel has a lot of healing to do, but who says comfort can eventually grow into something more? Of course, there's always the question of Lily. Some fans might still hope for a reunion between her and Daniel. But let's be real, does Lily even care about him anymore after the betrayal? She's so disconnected from Daniel's current drama that it's like she's living in a different universe, doing her boss lady thing. Does she even know Heather's dead? Probably not, and probably doesn't care either. But hold on, what if the writers have something juicier up their sleeves? We all love a good enemies to lovers storyline, don't we? Daniel might just be heading down that road with, brace yourselves, Sharon. Imagine it, two people tangled in the aftermath of each other's heartbreaks, somehow finding a way to connect. Messy? Absolutely. Soap gold? Without a doubt. One fan even floated the idea online, saying, I don't give if about the age difference. Daniel and Sharon must become enemies to lovers. The chaotic pairing of two people tied to the death and injury of one another's loved ones is perfectly soap messy. While it's unlikely given the current writing team, you have to admit, the drama would be off the charts. Phyllis freaking out, the fanbase divided, and utter chaos. It's the kind of storyline that keeps viewers glued to their screens. Realistically though, Elena seems like the safer bet. Her compassion and intelligence make her the perfect match for Daniel as he pieces his life back together. Plus, their chemistry during that hospital scene didn't go unnoticed. We're crossing our fingers that Elena sticks around long enough to help Daniel heal, and maybe even open his heart to love again. So who do you think should be Daniel's next leading lady? Are you rooting for Elena's steady shoulder, Sharon's chaotic spark, or do you think Lily could swoop back in out of nowhere? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In a shocking and tragic turn of events, a beloved actress from The Young and the Restless has been found dead in an open field early this morning. Authorities confirmed the discovery at approximately 4 a.m., with the actress's body located in a remote area, raising questions about the circumstances surrounding her untimely death. The actress, known for her iconic role on the long-running soap opera, had been part of the Y&R cast for many years, winning over fans with her unforgettable performances. News of her passing has sent shockwaves through the entertainment community, with tributes flooding in from fellow cast members, fans, and colleagues. Details of the discovery. At this time, law enforcement is treating the situation as an active investigation, though no foul play has been confirmed. The open field where the actress was found remains a key point of interest for authorities as they work to piece together what led to this devastating outcome. Family and friends are reportedly devastated by the news, with many still in disbelief over the sudden loss. While official statements from her loved ones have yet to be released, sources close to the actress describe her as a caring and dedicated individual, both on and off the screen. The impact on the young and the restless. The death of this talented star leaves a void in the Y&R family, with fans mourning the loss of one of their favorite characters. Known for her complex roles and emotional depth, she had become a fan favorite and a staple in the soap opera world. As the investigation continues, more details are expected to emerge in the coming days. Fans of the show and the actress alike are left grappling with the loss of a true talent and the mystery surrounding her final moments. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal Ian Ward and Jordan aren't anywhere near done wreaking havoc and getting revenge in Genoa City. Since they are targeting both the Newman family and Sharon Newman, their next logical move will be a double strike. Faith Newman disappears. The Young and the Restless spoilers. An eye for an eye, a daughter for Ian. Longtime Y&R viewers will remember that Ian was the cult leader of the cult Mariah Copeland and Nikki Newman were once in. At one time, Ian claimed that he was Dylan Bevoy's father, and although Nikki is his mother, Paul Williams fathered Dylan. Maria was drugged and forced into a marriage to Ian. In spite of that, he helped raise her in his cult, like a father, and claimed her as his daughter. Months ago, Jordan had kidnapped Harrison Abbott, who Claire Newman is crazy about, as revenge. A son for a daughter in a sick, twisted way. Now the twisted couple plot how to get more revenge on the Newmans, and decide a daughter for a daughter replacing Mariah with Faith is perfect. Y&R spoilers. Faith is both A. Newman and Sharon's daughter. By kidnapping Faith, it's revenge against both the Newmans and Sharon, since Sharon is Faith's mother and Nick Newman is her father. It seems for Ian, framing and manipulating Sharon for Heather Stevens' death isn't enough revenge, he wants more. Since Sharon and Nick took Mariah from him, as far as he's concerned, he'll take their daughter Faith from them, and Jordan again will help him or else. Jordan, in the meantime, is secretly more interested in punishing Claire, because she raised her like her own daughter, which, in Jordan's world, means her slave. The Young and the Restless. The trap is set. Plotting to make Faith disappear is much easier than setting up Sharon, and killing Heather was, after all. Faith is a college student and they can take her from school. Stealing her phone and mimicking her won't be a problem, just like mimicking texts to Phyllis Summers from Sharon was easy peasy. Besides, in Ian's eyes especially, Faith knowing and testifying Sharon's phone was missing when Jordan ran Phyllis off the road could have been a problem, although she's still murder suspect number one. Now all they have to do is trick Faith into a meeting Ian cloned Sharon's phone, so that won't be a problem either. And if in spite of their efforts, Sharon gets off with an insanity plea, Jordan's impersonated psych ward nurses as well. But for now, kidnapping Faith is the first step. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that a scandalous murder mystery could be an actual non-issue in Genoa City, Wisconsin. The Who Killed Heather Stevens mystery may be about to get yet another twisty turn, and here's what you need to know about that. Heather's gruesome death stunned her partner Daniel Romalotti and their daughter Lucy Romalotti. Sharon Newman confessed to the murder, but fans know it's Jordan and Ian Ward behind what happened to Heather. Now fans are speculating that Heather is not dead. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Is Heather alive? Ian mentioned something to Jordan about an identity swap, which enabled her escape from a jail cell. So who was the unlucky person? Soaps don't include random dialogues, so his statement perks ears up. Someone is in Jordan's cell and may be drugged in amnesiac for whatever reasons. That would go a long way toward explaining that no one has spilled about an inmate escape. Who's pretending to be Heather? What makes this tale even more intriguing is the possibility that an imposter died and the evildoers made it look like Heather. In case you missed it, Loony Sharon woke up next to a dead Heather. In her state, would she even have noticed if it wasn't the real deal? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Will there be a Christmas miracle? What if Jordan and Ian put a Heather lookalike in the apartment and kidnapped the real Heather? My and our spoilers. Heather could be alive. Jordan and Ian are not dumb. They know the value of blackmail. Sure, they've had some fun on the run, but eventually they will be found out, and when that happens, they'll need collateral. We admit it, we'd like this story a lot more if Heather is still alive. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Jordan and Ian are keeping secrets, and Vale Bloom told Insider that soaps specialize in things beyond your wildest dreams. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Summer Newman has a lot going on in her life. Her mother's survival is a Thanksgiving blessing, and her brother's legal clear offers great hope for the Christmas season. However, her rediscovered cousin, Claire Newman, remains vexing. While Summer came to acknowledge that Claire's horrific childhood drove her to attack the Newman family, she isn't likely to become a close confidant. Kyle Abbott fell out of love with Summer and now appears to be falling into it with Claire. That setup is oh so soapy and projects a potential triangle attempt in the new year. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Kyle Abbott is readjusting. Kyle is just leaving a tumultuous and weird time with his parents. Devoted fans know that Jack Abbott and Diane Abbott felt compelled to take extreme action. Diane was forced to fire Kyle when his repeated insubordination became intolerable. His inability to become Jabot's co-head led to a jealous retaliatory stance, with Kyle believing his father would eventually see that Diane was not up to the job. Instead of Kyle's projection happening, Jack sided with Diane and didn't prevent him from being terminated. Victor Newman used that conflict to his advantage, and Kyle was eventually discarded, as Jack and Diane had predicted. Kyle's readjustment to normalcy includes returning to Jabot and being ready for love, but not reconciling with Summer. My and our spoilers, Summer Newman wants her life back. Summer gave up a lot for Kyle, and he repaid her with betrayal. Their divorce was the act of an immature human being, many years Kyle's junior. He made that decision in haste and hasn't come to regret it. Kyle has a new option, and Summer's second choice, Chance Chancellor, isn't projecting to her next husband. That leaves Summer out in the Midwestern winter's cold, where she doesn't plan to stay. Seeing Claire with Kyle and deepening her bond with Harrison Abbott is unacceptable. But how can Summer change that dynamic? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Claire Newman becoming family. Within months, Claire has ingratiated herself into the Newman family's lives. Everyone, except Adam Newman, has forgiven Claire and trusts her. Claire just accepted Nikki Newman's offer to revive her right-hand role, shifting her focus from Newman Media to Chancellor. What was a friendship with Kyle is now an emerging relationship that trends toward the couple's status. This fluidity of this part of Claire's life leaves an opening for Summer, or at least that's the perception Lanier's character holds. Soon, the audience will know if Summer intends to win Kyle back or accepts that her cousin has taken what was a vital part of her life. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Eric Braden recently had some good news to report on social media. Braden shared some medical results with fans, so let's talk about what he had to say in a couple of exciting posts. Although Eric Braden deactivated his X account, you can still catch his content on some other social media platforms. That includes Bluesky, where Braden posted some wonderful medical updates. When Braden celebrated Thanksgiving recently, he had some great reasons to feel grateful. One of them involves still being cancer-free, so that's certainly giving him an attitude of gratitude. My last cystoscopy today showed I'm still cancer-free, so a lot to be thankful for, Braden said on November 27. Braden also revealed a funny story since he wound up quoting Shakespeare to his urologist while this cystoscopy was happening. It was definitely a first for the doc. To distract from the procedure, I quoted Shakespeare, "Now is the winter of our discontent." The urologist said it was the first time he ever heard Shakespeare during a procedure. Braden said before adding 3 rolling on the floor laughing emojis. Eric Braden once again posted about his amazing medical news on November 29. That's when Braden shared a fun video of himself staying active and getting in a good workout. Still cancer-free after the last cystoscopy, yes, Braden said. Just in case you're not familiar with the term cystoscopy, it's a procedure where the urethra and the lining of the bladder are examined. Braden's procedure clearly brought the best outcome he could ask for, so we're celebrating right along with him. As for what's next on my and our, Victor Newman may find himself feuding with the Abbotts once again. Billy Abbott is counting on Phyllis Summers to form a new alliance and take Victor down, so Victor will fight back if they try. Victor and Jack Abbott will also keep trying to outdo each other with sneaky moves, so their rivalry shows no signs of going away. With Kyle Abbott getting back into the fold at Jabot, he could end up helping Jack target Victor. The action is about to heat up, so our predictions point to much more Newman-Abbott drama in the coming weeks. Nevertheless, the Young and the Restless spoilers say Victor will keep proving he's a force to be reckoned with, so stay tuned. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon's redemption, a path toward healing and reconciliation. Sharon Newman's journey has always been one of trials, resilience, and redemption. Once a beloved figure in Genoa City, she finds herself ostracized, wrongly accused of Heather's murder, a crime she didn't commit. As the weight of suspicion crushes her, Sharon's mental health spirals, pushing her closer to the edge. But hope is on the horizon as unexpected allies and long-buried truths begin to surface. A family torn apart. The murder of Heather rocked Genoa City to its core. Suspicion fell squarely on Sharon, and her family's reaction was swift and devastating. Nick, Mariah, and Tessa, grappling with their grief and the seemingly overwhelming evidence, distanced themselves from Sharon, leaving her isolated and broken. For Sharon, the rejection was unbearable. She had always fought for her family, but their doubt cut deeper than any accusation. Her pleas of innocence fell on deaf ears, and even the steadfast Mariah, her once loyal daughter, couldn't hide her distrust. "Mom, how can we believe you when everything points to you?" Maria said, her voice heavy with heartbreak. Sharon's response was a whisper, a plea. "Because I'm your mother, and I would never do this." Phyllis, an unlikely ally. As Sharon's world crumbled, an unlikely ally emerged, Phyllis Summers. Known for her sharp wit and uncompromising nature, Phyllis had every reason to doubt Sharon. But as she delved into the details of Heather's death, she began to uncover discrepancies that didn't add up. Someone had framed Sharon, and the evidence, though damning on the surface, was meticulously orchestrated. Phyllis's investigation revealed a dark conspiracy, pointing to hidden enemies intent on destroying Sharon's life. "She didn't do this," Phyllis declared to Nick. "I know you're angry, but Sharon is not a murderer. Someone set her up." Phyllis's integrity and determination shone through, earning her reluctant respect from Sharon's doubters. For Sharon, Phyllis's support was a lifeline, a beacon of hope in her darkest hour. The truth comes out. Phyllis's relentless pursuit of justice paid off. She uncovered the real culprit, a manipulative figure from Sharon's past who had orchestrated the crime to settle an old score. The truth was undeniable, and Sharon was exonerated. Nick, Maria, and Tessa were overwhelmed with guilt. Their doubts had driven a wedge into their relationship with Sharon, and the revelation forced them to confront their own failings. "We should have believed you," Nick admitted, his voice filled with regret. "I'm sorry, Sharon. I let you down." Maria and Tessa echoed his sentiments, their apologies heartfelt but tinged with the pain of their earlier betrayal. For Sharon, forgiveness wasn't immediate, but her love for her family pushed her toward reconciliation. "I need time," Sharon said, her voice trembling, "but I've never stopped loving any of you. That will never change." A fight for mental health. Even as her name was cleared, Sharon's struggles were far from over. The ordeal had taken a toll on her mental health, exacerbating her pre-existing condition. Diagnosed with a severe mental illness, Sharon's path to healing became a central focus. Nick, recognizing the gravity of her condition, took it upon himself to ensure Sharon received the help she needed. Alongside Maria and Tessa, he supported her every step of the way, urging her to prioritize her well-being. "You're not alone in this," Nick assured her. "We're going to get through it together." The decision to seek treatment marked a turning point for Sharon. It was an acknowledgement of her vulnerability, but also a testament to her strength. As she entered a mental health facility, the Newman family rallied around her, their unity a stark contrast to the earlier discord. Love rekindled. The ordeal brought Nick and Sharon closer than they had been in years. Their shared history, marred by heartbreak and misunderstandings, now served as a foundation for healing. For Nick, seeing Sharon's resilience reignited the love he thought had been lost. For Sharon, Nick's unwavering support reminded her of the bond they once shared. As Sharon's recovery progressed, their relationship deepened. They weren't just co-parents or old flames. They were partners in every sense of the word. "You're my rock," Sharon told Nick during one of their quiet moments. "Even when I didn't believe in myself, you believed in me." "And I always will," Nick replied, his voice steady. "We're stronger together, Sharon. We always have been." What fans have been waiting for. The union of Nick and Sharon is a dream come true for fans who have followed their tumultuous journey. Their love story, filled with highs and lows, represents resilience and the power of second chances. Sharon's redemption arc is a testament to her strength and serves as a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope and love can prevail. As she continues her path toward recovery, supported by her family and Phyllis's unexpected friendship, Genoa City watches with bated breath. The future holds new challenges, but Sharon is no longer alone. With Nick by her side and her family united, she has every reason to believe in brighter days ahead. For fans, it's more than just a storyline. It's a celebration of forgiveness, love, and the indomitable spirit of Sharon Newman. The young and the restless spoilers tease that Heather Stevens is dead. Or is she? There is already one glaring mistake made in this murder mystery. Is it possible that there are two lies being perpetuated? Definitely maybe. Daniel Romolotti and Lucy Romolotti are beside themselves with grief over the death of their loved one. Poor misguided Sharon Newman thinks she's the killer. Everyone believes her confession because it makes sense. But when was the last time a soap made sense? The young and the restless spoilers, Heather Stevens is really alive. Jordan and Ian Ward are the ones behind Heather's ordeal. We deliberately didn't say her death because she may not be dead. At least that's what some fans are thinking. That's because of two juicy statements that are being interpreted a certain way. Here's what you need to know. First of all, last week Ian talked to Jordan about an identity swap. The swap led to her escape from jail. Someone is taking Jordan's place. Could it be Heather? Why not? It makes sense on a certain level since Ian and Jordan are the ones behind her death. Lily and R spoilers. Someone is pretending to be Jordan Howard. Sharon's confession to murder is realistic because she was the last person to see Heather dead and alive. Sharon woke up next to a dead body in Heather's apartment. She told the police this and was promptly arrested and released on bail, which has the residents of GC angry and confused. However, Sharon has been hallucinating, and there is no telling who she really saw dead. Jordan and Ian could have put a Heather lookalike next to her and kidnapped the real Heather. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Could Heather Stevens be alive? Jordan and Ian know the power of blackmail, which means Heather is more valuable to them alive than she is dead. They eventually will be caught if Victor Newman has anything to say about it. And he will. Explosive The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that fans do not know all of Jordan and Ian's secrets. Could they have stashed Heather in Jordan's jail cell? Additionally, Vale Bloom told Insider that fans can expect things beyond your wildest dreams from soaps. Was she teasing that her character is not dead? Tell us what you think, Lai and our fans. The Young and the Restless news says that Michelle Stafford might not be like her on-screen alter ego Phyllis Summers, especially when it comes to her conniving ways, but at the same time, she does feel like she shares some of the same qualities with her. The Young and the Restless star Michelle Stafford feels like she could be Phyllis Summers in real life too. As a matter of fact, Michelle says that when it comes to the characters on the show, she's most like Phyllis and the least like Abby Newman. Michelle says one of the reasons why she relates to Phyllis so much is because they are both the life of the party, both on screen and off screen. The daytime television beauty puts it this way: I would say I'm most like Phyllis because we look alike and she's a good time. I don't really drive, but I would drink at a bar with Phyllis. Now, as far as why she doesn't relate to Abby, it's because Michelle says she's someone who's so worried about outer appearances and has rich girl problems. Jason Thompson, meanwhile, says that he relates the most to Nick Newman, who is played by his co-star Joshua Morrow. I would say I'm most like Nick because he's a good person and doesn't get too involved in other people's problems. He stands up for what's right, and he's not afraid to mix it up if he needs to, Jason explained. The Young and the Restless news. What's next for Michelle Stafford? But then again, if there's someone Jason doesn't relate to at all, it's his character's old nemesis, Ashlyn Locke from back in 2021. I'm definitely not anything like Ashlyn, he says, adding, I feel I don't personally have a problem with owning up to mistakes that I've made, and I just don't have any darkness in my past. In the meantime, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. The Young and the Restless airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease Summer Newman is set to confront Kyle Abbott with some tough questions. In the week of December 2 to 6, she will put him on the spot, and the focus of her inquiries will revolve around Claire Newman. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Summer Newman wants answers. Seeing the growing bond between Kyle and Claire, Summer will seek some clarity, possibly feigning concern for Harrison Abbott's well-being. With Harrison becoming increasingly attached to his nanny, Summer might fret over the potential fallout if Claire and Kyle embark on a romantic journey that could end poorly. Kyle could counter that they are taking their time, and that Harrison doesn't need to be involved in any discussions just yet. He and Claire are simply exploring their connection, so he may insist that there's no reason to panic or jump to conclusions. He'll try to calm Summer about the possibility of Harrison facing heartbreak if things don't pan out. By and our spoilers, Claire Grace has put Harrison first all along. Claire has consistently prioritized Harrison, and Kyle might assure that this dynamic is unlikely to shift. While Summer may find her footing, she is bound to send out some confusing signals. According to upcoming spoilers, this will leave Kyle puzzled about Summer's concerns and her intentions. On one hand, it might appear that Summer is grappling with jealousy and rivalry towards Claire. On the other hand, Kyle could sense that Summer is still nursing wounds from their past breakup. These mixed messages could lead Kyle to question Summer's true intentions, especially when she probes him about Claire, and subtly expresses her disapproval of their relationship. On the other hand, even Summer herself may not know how she feels now. The young and the restless spoilers, a complicated situation. Summer is watching her ex-husband move on with her cousin, which makes things complicated. She struggled to get past Claire's messy past, so the thought of Claire and Kyle dating is hard. Additionally, Summer is currently on a break with Chance Chancellor, which might turn into a permanent split. With her own love life in turmoil, she could feel jealous of Kyle's new relationship and think about what could have been. Will her lingering feelings for Kyle lead her into trouble? Will she attempt to win Kyle back, risking more heartbreak? Upcoming spoilers indicate that Summer will need to decide what or who she really wants, so keep an eye out for updates on her love life and any major developments ahead. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Lee and R right now. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sally Spectra will land in the middle of some conflict during the week of December 2 to 6. At Crimson Lights, it looks like Sally will pop in for coffee with Billy Abbott, or at least join him once they cross paths there. That'll give Billy and Sally a chance to keep getting to know each other, but Adam Newman won't be happy about it. Although Adam would like to reunite with Chelsea Lawson and put their family back together, that doesn't mean he's completely let Sally go. Seeing Sally fall for one of Adam's worst enemies has become a problem for him lately. Victor Newman warned Adam not to let Billy and Sally know it was getting under his skin, but he's indeed on the verge of lashing out. Adam will also be at the coffee house when Sally and Billy are there, so he may spy another cozy moment between them. As a result, Adam may not be able to resist strutting over and delivering some insulting comments. Of course, Adam really needs to mind his own business and let Sally live her life the way she wants to. Sally gets to decide who she's romantically involved with, so she doesn't need to hear Adam's objections. Adam has no right to judge Sally after cheating on her and repeatedly lying about it. Sally's relationship with Adam turned into a massive dumpster fire, so it's easy to see why she just wants to put it in the rearview mirror. Once Sally witnesses Billy and Adam's latest showdown, Lie and R spoilers say Billy will step up and show Sally what she wants to see. In Sally's mind, Billy will offer proof that he's the better man, presumably by not letting Adam provoke him into a brawl. Instead, Billy may defend Sally as a very special person and someone who's more than capable of making her own romantic choices. Sally doesn't need Adam's approval, so Billy may make that crystal clear and send Adam on his way. Whatever the case, Sally is making some updates to her love life, whether Adam likes it or not, so he'll just have to come to grips with that news. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sally will be impressed by how Billy handles this upcoming face-off, so our predictions point to more passion erupting before long.